All right, another news signals video. In this example, I want to show some exploratory data analysis using news signals. I'm here at the GitHub repo, news signals dataset, alien/news signals datasets. I'm going to choose the first Colab notebook here. It's the first right now, but it may not be in the future because we're adding things rapidly. Find emerging categories in newsfeed. I'm just going to go into Colab. One cool thing about news signals is that we can save signals after we create them, and then we can just pass them around. So this persistence, this ability to persist signals in practice is, I think it's super useful because we don't have to query the API that we use to get the data again and again. We can just build the signal once, and then it's in that state forever. And we can just pass it around. So we've built tooling to upload these signals to Google Drive, and then if you use a Google Drive URL, you can, there's some abstractions there built in that they know what a Drive URL looks like and they know how to download it. We're just installing the library in the Colab notebook. Now importing the dependencies. And we should be good to go. So we're working with the entity Silicon Valley Bank, and I commented out this code in the Colab notebook because this is the code that I used to build the signal. I instantiated it from October 1st, 2022 until March 18th, 2023. And then I saved it, and then I uploaded it to Google Drive. But you can just download it from here. You're good to go. You don't need any News API credentials or anything. We're still kind of learning the best ways to use this library, but I have been always starting with the signal.plot of the primary time series attached to a signal, and this is useful to immediately get visual. Now, we chose this deliberately because we know it just spiked like crazy. You know, most people outside of Silicon Valley, I guess, or outside of the VC scene had probably never heard of Silicon Valley Bank before this collapse story. So it spiked, and you might want to know. I think this worked. You might want to know what day, like, did it actually spike on. Yeah, so it spiked on the 13th of March. Now I'm just going to scan through the signal, scan over all the stories. We have a sample of stories from every day, for every day in that signal. So for every day from October 1st until March 18th, there's a sample of, I believe, 25 stories in there. That's what this method did. Oh, so there's a sample of up to 50 stories for every day. So we're going to scan through those and we're going to look. I'm curious, did any of the categories that our machine learning models attach to stories, did any of those change distribution rapidly, like from day to day, before this big collapse happened? And this is something that I think a risk analyst might look at. Like, were there any, in hindsight, was there anything I could have picked up on? So this just printed for every day the diffs of the signal of the category probabilities. So there's a lot of interesting ones in here, and if I were a risk analyst, I might start just looking at these. But the one that caught my eye is that on March 1st, this tag was 80% more. You could think of it like it's 80% more likely than it was the day before. So I'm just curious, like, why did its distribution change that much? There could be a variety of reasons. Maybe it's nothing, but I just dropped that tag name here and I put the date there. And now I'm just going to look, what were the stories on that day that contained that tag? What did I do wrong here? Oh, not 2022. So, yeah, these guys were selling shares. I don't really have a sense if that's a lot of shares or not, but it seems like it is. Well, it's at least significant enough. Oh, yeah, it's a lot. So, why was he selling shares like 2 weeks before this story happened? This seems like the kind of thing that an analyst might be interested in. So I just wanted to make this notebook to give an example of how you can do that analysis very quickly with new signals, and hope to be back soon with more videos. Cheers.